Imagine walking through the scorching sands of the Kalahari Desert, where every shadow might be a predator, and every rustle in the grass could be your last mistake. Lions, jackals, cobras, they're all here. But the most fearless creature in this harsh land, it's not what you'd expect. It's not big, it doesn't roar, but it's bold enough to fight a cobra, steal from leopards, and stare down danger like it's no big deal. If you're fascinated by wild animals that break all the rules, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss any of our upcoming stories. And make sure to stay with me all the way through this video, because one tiny, unexpected moment might completely change the way you see this fierce little beast forever. The Kalahari Desert, a vast, dry expanse stretching across southern Africa. On the surface, it looks like a place where life barely hangs on. Sand dunes shimmer in the heat. Twisted thorn trees cast long shadows, and the wind carries whispers of survival stories most of us will never hear. Here in the Kalahari Transfrontier Park, creatures have adapted to brutal conditions. Scorching days, freezing nights, and predators lurking at every turn. This is the domain of lions, cheetahs, jackals, cobras, and yet one animal stands apart. Not because of its size, not even because of its strength, but because of its relentless courage. We're talking about the honey badger, a creature so daring, so tenacious, and so surprisingly intelligent that it's become legendary across the animal kingdom. Small, yes. Fearless, absolutely. Locals have whispered about its power for generations, saying it's unkillable, unstoppable, maybe even a little crazy. But is it all myth? Or is there something deeper going on? Let's step into the hidden world of the honey badger, a world few people have seen, and even fewer have dared to follow. In the southwest corner of the Kalahari, the sun burns down on a female honey badger. Her stride is low, steady, every movement deliberate. She's guided not by sight, but by scent. Her nose is tuned to the desert like a bloodhound. Today, her target is one of the most dangerous creatures in Africa, a Cape cobra. Most animals, even large ones, avoid cobras like the plague. One bite and you're done, but not her. The trail leads up into a tree. No problem. She climbs, awkwardly at first, branches creaking under her muscular frame. The cobra is just out of reach, coiled and alert. One strike could end everything, but the badger isn't hesitating. With lightning speed, she evades the cobra's fangs, grabs it just behind the head, right where it can't turn to bite, and drags it down. What happens next is pure instinct. Starting at the head, she begins to eat. This 5-foot cobra, venomous enough to kill a grown man, will disappear completely in just 15 minutes. Every inch gone. But she's not done. Honey badgers don't take breaks. There's no lounging after a big meal. While most predators sleep off their success, the badger keeps moving, searching, digging, sniffing. Her metabolism is a fire that never goes out. In just 3 days, she might eat over 30 feet of snake. And that's just the start. The Kalahari is packed with potential prey, rodents in particular. Beneath the sand, hidden in elaborate burrows, they scurry and sleep, unaware that something is coming. The badger begins her search. Each burrow gets a quick inspection, a puff of air from her nose, a scratch with her powerful claws. Watching from a distance are 2 jackals, freeloaders, opportunists. They've learned that when a badger digs, there's a good chance of a meal, even if it's not hers to eat. This strange alliance, or maybe you'd call it a rivalry, is part of life here. The jackals trail behind, silent and patient. The badger knows they're there. She's used to them. She doesn't like them, but she doesn't fear them either. She digs deeper. Sand flies, claws rake, her ears flick. She's onto something, but the rat escapes, and one of the jackals grabs it first. Not this time, but she'll get the next one, and the next. Because if there's one thing a honey badger doesn't do, it's give up. Most people will go their entire lives without seeing a honey badger in the wild. Fewer still will ever see a cub. But a dedicated research team, a South African couple named Keith and Colleen, have made it their mission to do exactly that. They've spent years in the field, sleeping under stars, following faint tracks, battling heat and dust and the endless silence of the dunes. Why? Because they're determined to uncover the truth behind the myths, and they're not alone. Guiding them is Klaas, a bushman tracker whose knowledge of the land runs deeper than words. To him, the sand speaks, a few prints, a broken twig. The way the dust settles, that's all he needs. And today, he brings news. The female badger they've been tracking has a cub. For Keith and Colleen, it's a dream come true. This is their chance to witness something truly rare, the secret upbringing of one of Africa's most mysterious animals. The first time Keith and Colleen catch sight of the cub, it's only for a few fleeting seconds. The mother is carrying it gently between her teeth, moving it to a new den. She's cautious, constantly changing locations to keep predators off their trail. For the researchers, it's a game of patience. They can't get too close, can't interfere. They just have to watch and wait. Days pass, then weeks. The badger remains elusive, as if she knows she's being followed. But slowly she begins to allow their presence. It starts with distant sightings, then closer glimpses, and finally, a breakthrough. The cub is about 3 months old when he's properly seen for the first time. He's small but sturdy, a fuzzy little copy of his mother. His fur is patterned in the same bold black and white. His tiny eyes are sharp, curious, constantly darting, and though he's still young, there's something about him, a spark, that hints at the fierce animal he's destined to become. But for now, he's just a baby, barely weaned, wobbly on his feet, still learning how to be a badger, and today, he's getting his first taste of the outside world. The mother sets off on a foraging trip, and this time, the cub is coming along. No more hiding in the den, no more waiting for her to return. Today, he walks. At first, he struggles. His legs are short. The dunes are steep. The sand shifts beneath every step. But with each clumsy bound, he gets better, stronger, braver, and then, as if nature itself wants to test him, the sky changes. Dark clouds roll in over the desert. Thunder rumbles in the distance. Rain, rare and sudden, begins to fall. In a place like the Kalahari, rain is a blessing, but it's also a challenge. The cub is drenched within minutes. His fur clings to his small frame. He shivers, unsure of what's happening. His mother senses the change immediately. She halts her hunt and begins digging, fast and deep. She knows the cub needs shelter now. Together they wait out the storm in a temporary burrow. For the cub, this is a harsh introduction to the world beyond his den, and it's only the beginning. When the storm passes, the two continue on, But the journey is long. The cub tires quickly. He whines, he stumbles, and eventually he can't go any farther. So she does what any mother would do. She picks him up and carries him the rest of the way. The next few weeks are filled with lessons. Every day the mother and cub forage together. The cub learns how to trot, how to sniff, scratch, dig. He watches closely as his mother tears into burrows, flips over rocks, and devours anything she catches. Lizards, scorpions, snakes. Nothing is off the menu. It's exhausting work. And sometimes he just flops down in the sand, eyes half closed, ready for a nap right in the middle of the hunt. But naps aren't always safe. One day, while the mother is busy digging for a lizard, the cub decides to lie down near a nest of ants. At first he doesn't notice, then pain, sharp, stinging, swarming pain. He jumps up, yelping, rolling, pawing at his face. His mother watches calmly, no panic, no fuss, just a lesson. Life in the desert is full of discomfort, and the only way to learn is to experience it firsthand. A few days later, she offers him a prize. A giant ground gecko. She's hungry herself, but lets him chew on it for a while. It's a rare moment of generosity, but when she wants it back, she takes it. There's a brief tug of war, the cub refusing to let go, teeth locked onto the gecko. In the scuffle, he tumbles off the log and lands, once again, in a pile of biting ants. Another lesson. Nature doesn't always hand out rewards, and even when it does, you'd better hold on tight. As time goes on, the cub starts to recognize danger. One day he freezes. His nose catches a scent. His little body stiffens. It's leopard tracks. Even young badgers instinctively know to avoid leopards. These silent, stalking predators can appear from nowhere. Their jaws are powerful enough to crush bone, their claws razor sharp. When a leopard is nearby, even the fearless tread carefully. In the dense scrubland above the dunes, a mother leopard hides her newborn cubs in a rocky cave. From the shadows, she surveys the land. She too must hunt to survive, and just like the badger, she'll have to travel far, leaving her young behind in search of food. One day, a slow-moving badger, an old female, catches her eye. To the leopard, it looks like an easy meal. She stalks forward, muscles coiled, eyes locked. She leaps. Most prey would be finished in seconds, but not this badger. Her skin is loose, thick, like armor. The leopard tries to get a grip around the neck, but can't. The badger twists, bucks, claws. She won't go down without a fight. The battle drags on. Minutes turn to nearly an hour. Eventually, the badger is overpowered, her body limp, her jaw slack. The leopard drags her off. But even in defeat, she's proven something. The legends are true. Honey badgers are almost impossible to kill. They are the desert's fiercest fighters, and they never, ever surrender without a battle. As night falls over the Kalahari, the desert transforms. The heat fades, replaced by a biting chill. The sky fills with stars so sharp and bright, they almost don't seem real. And from every corner of the dunes, new sounds rise. Distant howls, clicking beetles, the soft hiss of shifting sand. But beneath the stillness, something is moving. Keith and Colleen are back on the trail. Tonight they're tracking a young male honey badger, one they've come to know well. His name, given by Klaus the Bushman tracker, is Kleinman, which means little man. Little man isn't so little anymore. He's fast, bold, and strangely comfortable being followed by humans. A transmitter was surgically implanted in his body cavity, a careful procedure necessary to track his long, unpredictable journeys. Out here, male honey badgers can cover over 25 miles in a single day. The researchers climb dune after dune, scanning the signal, moving silently under the starlight. Thousands of tiny barking geckos echo around them, their calls filling the night like a strange chorus. Then a faint beep. The signal is close. They follow it over a final ridge, and there he is. Little man stretched out on a soft dune, sand bathing beneath the moonlight. He's completely at ease, belly down, paws splayed, rolling in the cool grains as if this desert was made just for him. They record his position. Waypoint 126.3, another data point in their growing map of his life. But little man isn't going to rest for long. Soon he's up again, sniffing, pacing on the move. The night is young and the hunt is calling. No one has ever followed a honey badger like this before. These moonlit adventures are full of mystery. Where will he go? What will he find? Tonight, it's something extraordinary. He stumbles across a puff adder, one of Africa's most venomous snakes, in the middle of a kill. The snake has just captured a gerbil in its jaws. And what does little man do? He walks straight up to the snake, swipes the gerbil out of its mouth, and eats it, right in front of the puff adder. Then, as if taunting it, he sits beside the snake, casually licking his paws. But he's not done. He lunges. Honey badgers don't just defend themselves from snakes, they actively seek them out. Puff adders strike fast with massive fangs capable of delivering a deadly dose of venom. One bite is usually enough to stop a predator in its tracks. But little man doesn't flinch. He grabs the snake by the head and bites down. His teeth puncture the skull. He starts chewing slowly, methodically, beginning, as always, at the head. He knows exactly where the fangs are, and he knows exactly how to destroy them first. But something's not right. Keith and Colleen watch from a distance. Little man starts to slow down. He stops eating. He lies down. His cheek is swelling fast. The bite must have come earlier during the struggle. The venom is taking effect. His breathing becomes shallow. His eyes close. For nearly 2 hours, he doesn't move. Keith's voice drops. "This could be it," he whispers. "After everything they've seen, all the strength, all the defiance. It looks like little man might not make it." They sit in silence, hearts heavy. Then, at 3:48 a.m., something stirs. He blinks. He lifts his head. Then, slowly, incredibly, he stands. The swelling is still there. A bulge the size of a tennis ball on his right cheek. But somehow, against all odds, he's recovering. And to everyone's shock, he walks back to the snake carcass and starts eating again. It's as if nothing happened. No one knows for sure how honey badgers survive such venom. Some scientists suspect partial immunity. Others believe it's just raw toughness. Whatever the reason, what just happened is nothing short of miraculous. He should be dead, but he's not. Little man is a survivor. The next morning, the mother and her cub are out foraging again. The cub is growing stronger by the day, learning the rhythms of badger life, step by step. But it's not always easy. The desert is vast. The food is sparse. And even a simple walk across the dunes can be exhausting. Sometimes the cub just collapses in the sand, too tired to go on. But rest is a luxury they can't always afford. One afternoon, the mother digs up a lizard and offers it to her cub. It's a decent meal, a rare treat. The cub chews, tail wagging slightly, completely absorbed in the taste. But then, without warning, the mother comes back and wants it for herself. She yanks it away. The cub tries to hold on, but loses the tug of war. Worse, he's now sitting in the middle of a nest of ants. Again, they swarm instantly, biting, stinging, crawling into his ears and nose. The cub squeals, flails, rolls in the sand. And what does the mother do? She walks off. Another lesson: pain is part of growing up, even when you don't understand why, even when it feels unfair. Because in the Kalahari, only the ones who learn fast survive. One day, everything changes. The cub is growing stronger. He's learning quickly how to dig, how to sniff out prey, how to walk long distances without complaint. He even begins to dig his own shallow burrows. It's clumsy, sure, but it's progress. He's also learning how to clean himself. After a long day in the sand, he mimics his mother, rolling, kicking, brushing dust from his fur in a kind of makeshift sand bath. It's almost funny to watch. This once tiny cub is starting to resemble a real badger. And then, just like that, he disappears. It starts like any other day. The mother goes out hunting. As usual, she leaves her cub behind, tucked safely away in the den. But when she returns, he's not there. The researchers arrive shortly after. They look for signs, fresh tracks, disturbed soil, anything to explain what happened. Nothing makes sense. The cub didn't wander off on his own. He was still too young to venture far. Something, or someone, took him, and that's when Klaus, the tracker, steps forward. His eyes scan the ground like he's reading a book. He kneels, brushes away sand, looks closely, then he speaks. Another honey badger had been here, a larger one, a male. It had entered the den, dragged the cub out, carried him off. The mother gave chase. Klaus points to the prince, and she caught up. There was a fight, but by the time she reclaimed her cub, it was too late. The cub had been mauled, wounded, dying. She carried him, still struggling, to a quieter spot, and there, he died. The researchers are stunned, not just by the tragedy, but by what it reveals. Honey badgers kill their own. Why? No one can say for sure. Was it territorial? Was the cub seen as a threat? Or was it a brutal instinct, nature's way of maintaining dominance? We may never know. The desert doesn't offer explanations, only events. And this time, it's left everyone shaken. As for the mother, she doesn't stop. She grieves in silence, if she grieves at all. There's no time to mourn. Her survival depends on movement, on instinct, on the next hunt. So she moves on. Weeks pass. The researchers continue their work, tracking other badgers, collecting data, watching the rhythms of the Kalahari. Then, one day, they pick up her signal again. It's her, the mother. She's been alone since the death of her cub, but not for long. She's in heat, and that changes everything. Honey badgers mate with intense single-mindedness. It's not romantic, it's not gentle, it's wild, violent, urgent. The males begin to pick up her scent. One by one, they converge. A chase begins across the dunes, each male determined to be the one who wins her favor. But honey badger females don't make it easy. She digs burrows, disappears, doubles back, leads them in circles. She's testing them, their stamina, their strength, their patience. Eventually, one male makes it through. He enters her burrow, but this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of another test. She digs her way out the other side. Now he has two entrances to guard, and she's somewhere in between. Soon, more males arrive. One by one, they peer into the den, wait, circle, but none dare confront the dominant male directly. He's bigger, older, battle-scarred. His name, given by Klaus, is Victor. Victor doesn't posture, doesn't need to. When he visits a communal scent-marking site, a kind of badger bathroom, he leaves a message. No other male dares challenge. This one is mine, and they understand. The female finally accepts him. They remain in the mating den for 3, maybe 4 days. The researchers observe from a distance, careful not to interfere. If this union is successful, in about 2 months, she'll have another cub, a second chance, a new beginning. But for now, they leave her be. They've seen enough. As the seasons shift, so too does the desert. The heat becomes suffocating. Days stretch endlessly. Temperatures push beyond 110 degrees. Keith and Colleen seek shade wherever they can, sometimes under scrappy acacia trees, sometimes under soaked towels draped over their backs. It helps, but not much. Worse, the moisture draws bees, dozens of them buzzing, desperate for water. Keith and Colleen don't flinch. They're used to it now. They wait, because somewhere out there their badger is about to rise, and they don't want to miss what happens next. And then, more than a year later, she returns. The mother. This time, she's not alone. Trotting beside her is a new cub, a female, almost as big as her mother, but still learning, still growing, still watching everything with wide, curious eyes. And she's hungry. But badger life isn't easy, even when you're big. She follows her mother through the brush, whining softly, begging for food. The mother ignores her, keeps digging, focused. Eventually, she catches a lizard hidden beneath the bark of a tree. She climbs up with ease, her claws digging into the bark like ice picks. Badgers are surprisingly agile when they want to be. The daughter tries to follow, but slips. She's not ready for climbing yet. It will take months before she's sure-footed in trees. Still, she watches, learns, waits. The bond between them is strong, but temporary. At some point, the young female will be driven away, forced to roam on her own, to claim her own territory, to face the harshness of the desert alone. But not yet. For now, she still has time to learn, time to grow, time to become what her mother already is, a survivor, a fighter, a legend. The desert doesn't change for anyone. It doesn't care how small you are, how fierce, or how long you've survived. The Kalahari moves on with or without you, silent, brutal, and eternal. But for the young female badger, something has changed. She's not a cub anymore. She doesn't whine for food. She doesn't stumble in the sand. She doesn't wait behind while her mother digs. Now she digs, and when she catches something, she keeps it. She's developed the signature honey badger stride, head low, shoulders rolling, claws slicing through the earth like knives. She hunts with precision, fights with instinct, and backs down from nothing. One morning, while her mother is scouting nearby, she finds her own burrow. Small but promising. She sniffs at the entrance, nose twitching. Something's inside. She pauses, then strikes. It's a scorpion. Most predators would hesitate. The sting is powerful, the pain intense, but she doesn't flinch. She grabs it, crushes it, swallows it whole, stinger and all. Another box checked in the long list of skills she'll need to survive out here. She's ready, and with that, her time with her mother quietly ends. No ceremony, no goodbyes, just one last look. And the older badger moves on. She's done her job. The student is now alone. Keith and Colleen have spent 3 years in the Kalahari. They've endured the heat, the isolation, the sleepless nights, and the heartbreak. But in return, they've been given something few others ever see: a window into the secret life of one of nature's most mysterious creatures. They've seen badgers eat cobras. They've seen cubs rise and fall. They've seen betrayal, loyalty, instinct, and resilience, not in dramatic battles between lions and hyenas, but in quiet, raw moments between a mother and her young, a tracker and the sand, a bite and its survivor. Now, as they prepare to leave, they sit with Klaus one last time. The old bushman smiles softly, hands folded on his knees, the desert wind brushing across his face. He's seen it all before, but even he admits, this badger was something special, not just because of her strength or her skill, but because of how much she taught them. The myths were powerful, stories passed down for generations, whispered beside fires, told in warnings and admiration, that honey badgers can't be killed, that they don't feel fear, that they fight until the very last breath. And now, thanks to Keith, Colleen, and Klaus, we know the truth. The myths weren't exaggerations. If anything, they were understatements. Somewhere out there, that young female, once a clumsy little furball, is carving out her territory. She's scent-marking trees, digging dens, sniffing for snakes beneath the sand. She moves alone now, but not uncertainly. She is bold. She is focused. She is in every way her mother's daughter. And one day, maybe soon, she'll raise cubs of her own, passing on the same toughness, the same grit, the same iron will that made her species legendary. They'll never know the full story of where they came from. But the desert will remember, because in a world of constant danger, honey badgers don't just survive, they conquer. If this story gave you a whole new appreciation for one of the fiercest little fighters in the wild, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to support more stories like this and join the super stubborn animal community. And hey, if you made it all the way to the end, leave a comment below and let us know. What would you do if you ran into a honey badger in the wild? Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay stubborn, and we'll see you in the next one.